Good afternoon, all the media friends and our guests, Dr. Mohan, Mr. Henry, Mr. Banerjee. We are here, we are gathered before also in 28th of November for launch of our book on Bayern Munich's impact on Indian football. And that day we have promised to have something more meaningful and systematic. And the reason why I told them we can create football software with my German colleague Mike, and he will also explain it after a short presentation of mine. So I'm not taking a long time. We've got media friends over here. Now we should have start my presentation. We have my experience with football in India. It starts with the German. I adopted in German football and since 2007 with Bayern Munich's contributions and worked with them 3-4 years. And now I see very close quarter how the football and education. And when I first landed there, I found out they said football is just an education. And a problem in our country, we always speaks football is a sports. Yes, of course, any sports is first is education, then it's other stuff. Then the vision was come to me in how we can introduce the system. We need a curriculum. So we developed a curriculum, my foundation, and we work with the Mike, and together, as we can call it, the virtual football schools. And this is what we try today. We are introducing German football philosophy in India. In structured manner, of course, with the philosophy, our coaches are very, they have a lot of training in Germany. A lot of people work there. But we try to systematize the system and logical and systematic approach. Next slide, please. And this project is we first initiated at the Mumbai of the state of Maharashtra. This foundation in Indian football schools in Germany. We have also created Indian football school in Germany. Last year we have this in July, and the reason is to have our own ground for Indian kids to play, which is really fantastic. We have a 3-ground with the help of then we get indoor pitch, we have get an artificial turf, and also a natural grass for our Indian kids can play and grow there. And this we did it here because with the help of the Mr. Henry, Mr. Banerjee, and also the Mumbai District Football Association, they are partners, and of course it is done Indian Football Club, the Football Club of India, which has really helped us to grow this concept. And I'm proud to say this is today is also become history that today we are here and we started in Mumbai, Maharashtra, to have the first football related software, coaching software with a systematic approach to developing the game. It's just we have just find out statistically that 120 6,000 kids can be 8 to 14 years to target to get the system together. And similar program can be big at Pune, Kolhapur, Nagpur, and others, maybe 30,000 kids under our pipeline to take care of the system in place for education. And the football school in Germany, this is a very unique idea we have created this year with my partner Mike. The idea is to create our Indian youths to have their presence in Germany, to have this opportunity to showcase the talent and customize the system. We have tried to raise something in a shorter version and also for the longer versions. The more important, our adaptability. We have a talent, but the talent has to be immersed in professional mechanism with the environment where things are much faster. And it is the objective of the Indian Football School in Germany, which is our collaborating partner. It's a company there, and football is it's kind of really a magic in India. Everybody is passionate about football, and so a structured way we're doing that. And we try to bring the more important thing we have seen in our football, in other education systems, where we go to mathematics, if we go to geography, we have all our curriculum. We have a report card, and we try to do it, our curriculum, which is to adapt it by any coaches in schools, try to educate them to create a system. And then what is the system? We believe in the German football philosophy in India to be more enrooted, try to create a right system to us. The more important is the kids program, standardizing football training programs, creating a curriculum, we have also mentioned, and this is the unique, the football software is uniquely done by Mike, and which is he will explain it much better than me. I just give a few points to be clarified. And I want to mention the last point. The curriculum is currently in English, in German version too. But what we like to do is not in English. We here in India, it's of course English everybody's language. We try to also within 6 months we try to make it political software, because if you put a curriculum, it has to be a local language. Otherwise, how we can go about this curriculum? So you put it in like Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Bengali, Bengali, etc. We have the local students, local language curriculum schools, and also the academics who can understand and run the software much better. And the advance we have, we can bring the regular way of how if you given only monthly software curriculum, it has to be a process of monitoring process, which is monitoring the whole, evaluate the system, how it works. We have to regularly bring our German partners and our coach to be in Indian, all the system, whoever taking our natural together. We also need a system to have exposed our kids. Our kids has to be in a professional environment. Not only in a professional environment, they need to have exposed themselves in the world of football. And in Europe, there's a lot of clubs. Every club has under 12, under 8, under 14. So our kids can join them and have fun with them and understand what the football career is like. So this is most important. We also train kids about leading academic and clubs too, and issue an evaluation certificate, and also the process of report card in form. And the more important thing, the coach program, when we talk about the kids program, we also side by side understand it should be a coach program, which has to, every coach has to be professionally trained with a new system, like educate coaches in German football philosophy, and it will subject the latest development of technology and tactics, introduce the opportunity, undergo the advanced training experience in representative clubs and various league. For example, we did because like kids should have a training or playing opportunity to urban clubs in various age group, as well as our coach has to be sent to them to train them in a various youth development program in various urban clubs. So they should understand what kind of football philosophy in Germany is taking care. And also, not only this, we also developed a few other softwares together to develop and update the football skills to the coach too. And this is a very important part. I am personally doing a lot of, I try to do something of our foundation. We like this, introducing sports science. Yes, sports science in India is there, absolutely there. But we try to more, what is the sports science means, it's more elaborate. See, the more important, we try to create a high performance center where players can get, our kids can get evaluations in a proper scientific way. When we develop sports nutrition, this is very important. Not all people we know, just a dietitian we require. But dietitian give a diet chart, but each individual has its own neutral value. And this value has to be properly mechanized, properly evaluated. That's we have already have an approach to the IIT Kharagpur for developing that. We have a professor called Professor P.C. Kaushik is developing with us with the foundation to create a sports nutrition as a subject to be taught about, and also to give a lot of inputs to our football association of schools together. Importantly, proper specific approach to irrelevant conditions. Integrating sports sector is already here. We try to make a mental frame of the coach and player together with more scientific approach. You know, the important is these opportunities which we talk about. I mean, I'm really proud that Mr. Benji, Mr. Bamji, Mr. Moulik, all of them here. Of course, we have to mention Adityaji's support and his passion to here. Unfortunately, he was not here and he's out of Mumbai. So his support, his guidance, and his passion really transferred us to, this is a very historic moment for me too, and of all our leagues that we are doing this launch in Mumbai, because it's the gateway of India, and also a new thing to develop a new way to our Indian footballs. And that's the way we choose in Maharashtra. These are kind of a pilot projects. We have already Mumbai, and we should Pune, Kolhapur, and Nagpur, and I think Mr. Mendes can help us on doing the whole. And this is the advancing thing we do what we're doing in Germany, we do with after the development. What we advanced football education in Germany, what we propose in our football school in Germany. It's called Indian Football School Germany. These are we are talking about the football training times. That's a regular one. We use somebody to send our kids to there, and they can this kind of they will be football training things, train outside inside the jeep. We have tried to develop the system mentioned here. And Mike can explain more, just even go through it. And this is important because matches, we have 2-3 times really matches against the teams with Germany in different skill levels. That's the most important, to play more and more matches. And then we have 8 to 10 tournaments over Germany, Spain, Portugal, France, England. We send our kids to there to regular to have an age group match together, to have more get confidence, to get a feeling of world football. And we try to support the local government authority. Of course, the stay of a longer version, the Monday to Friday, the school is time. But this is kind of, we have tried to get with the local authority, we might explain more. Yeah, of course, not only we do have to be training them the language course to be taken care of when they're taking a longer version of the course. They should have a certified German language course. We try to make a more football education and together. We also try to arrange a regular education system there. In this system, the more important thing somebody is today, we should know the culture. That German cooperation is more important to our feelings. We talk about German philosophy, and I will always the German cooperation and football and other things are quite distinguished. We have seen it. So we try to organize mutual visits, cultural exchange programs. So this is the more important to the kids to grow and his family to see the exchange of how the country is going on, to have a more feeling and more continual stay in Germany. And this will be just together how the hospitality is taken care, how we try to make them like the rooms, groups, breakfast, this, and we have created a clear plan to them what we can do when they will be there. And there's also the social coverage, safety students, important, the health insurance, public liability. These are all a program you're taking care when they are staying a longer version to adopt the whole thing. And this will be just a sample move. We just prepare them some kind of a worksheets, how to do their school and course and football, this kind of shape we try to make it the whole week they can do day or 2 years long version here. And this, we grow and win. That's our philosophy. These are my partners here and Kaushik here.